one voice came to my head. Yes, it's a great opportunity. Let's do it. It'll really be helping in my growth journey. The other voice jumped in. Hey, Ashish, have you gone mad? How will you manage it? You have a new job, your health is not well, and who's going to help you? How will you take the support? How will you manage the entire job? Have you gone crazy? Dear Toastmasters and my dear guests, this kind of episode has been happening in my life number of times. Give me a hands up if it happens with you also. From the online audience, I see a number of hands up. And this, I find myself in this kind of situations, and I see number of you also perhaps are finding yourself in this kind of situation. In the early part of my life, I was more listening to my chicken-hearted soul. What I was thinking that one voice was telling me study, the other voice was telling me let's play cricket. That's good fun. One voice was telling me to do my work, to do hard work. Other one was telling me, hey, anyway, you will not get any materially different success. So what's the fun? One was telling me that you have to read. You have to read newspaper, you have to read books. Other one was telling me, no, watching TV is easier. And guess what? I earned myself a tag, a beautiful tag. And that tag was the frog at the bottom of the well. That is Kueh ka Mendak. I kept listening to the chicken-hearted voices inside me. At my work, I kept doing what I like to do. I kept following my Excel sheets, working day in, day out, slogging as much as I can, instead of taking the assignment where my leadership could be nourished or where I could be visible at the front end. I was literally finding myself in a deep, deep trouble when I was doing all this. Now when I reflect back, I can relate to my stories, which I've shared with you, to a lot similar to the episodes in Mahabharata. You all perhaps would have heard about or seen the Mahabharata episodes. There were two key characters in that. One was Arjuna. Now, what happened with Arjuna is that Arjuna, like me, kept listening to his chicken heart. What his heart was telling him, do not fight. And Arjuna said, I am not going to fight. I'm going to give up my weapons and I'm not going to enter into this Mahabharata fight. And guess what happened? His wise counsel, his Krishna, helped him by narrating Gita. And thereafter, Arjuna could fight the war and become a warrior. Whereas, on the other hand, the other gentleman called Duryodhana, what he did, he kept listening to his chicken-hearted voices, his own temptations, his what we called Mama Shakuni, his devils, who kept telling him to do various things. And he, by pursuing that path, decimated all his family, lost his life, lost his kingdom, and is now known as a devil elf. So when I look back, what I can realize that life very often tests us with two such voices. One voice is the voice of our Krishna, the voice of our angel Krishna, which tell us to do hard work, to follow our rightful path, to do what we are supposed to do and achieve our goals. The other voice is the voice of devil, which is telling us not to do the right path, which is telling us to find that easier way and find that simpler way by which we can avoid to do what we are rightfully supposed to do. I call it the voice of our Mama Shakuni. And these two voices are at a fight, at a loggerhead in our heads, in our souls, for us to decide what do we want to pursue and what we do not want to. It's like a MCQ, what we call multi-choice question in our exam. But here, the interesting part is that the test comes first and the lesson comes later. So therefore, when we are into it, we do not know what exactly is the right choice. About 6 months back, I had a similar situation like this. Like I narrated you at the beginning, I was having these two minds, whether should I take up the presidency of Eloquent Club or should I not? There were enough and more reasons for me to say no. Enough chicken-hearted reasons, which I could say it's health, it's because of my work. I was into a new job, mind you, from 1st January, I took a new role. And my health was not keeping well at that time also. Moreover, I had not taken over any of the EC role. And here come Vivin and Salil telling me that perhaps you can take a president role. I said, have you guys lost your head? How can I take up a president role without even taking any of our EC role? It doesn't go with the grain. All this was what was my chicken-hearted voices telling me. But instead of that, I heard to the soul, I heard to my Krishna. I listened to my angel Krishna and I followed the path of taking up the presidency. And here I stand that our term is about to end and we as an EC have delivered a very, very successful term. And I'm proud to share with you that together we made a difference to the club. One, two, to my own leadership style, these last 6 months have made a significant contribution. So much so that I encourage all of you now to take up various EC roles and not to shy away from taking the responsibility, despite all the challenges and everything what will be happening around us. Now, when I share with you all this, the tests of the life which I had to go through, it was definitely not a cakewalk. It was definitely not a bed of roses. There were enough and more challenges. You want to hear a few? First, in February and March, my health went down like crazy. And I literally, Salil is not here today, but he would have resonated. I texted him that for next month or so, maybe you have to put a new president. You have to put a new president. But so was the things to happen that I was able to listen to my Krishna. I was able to listen to my empowering thoughts and do what finally I was able to do over the last 6 months, which is making me super duper proud. Now, ladies and gentlemen, each one of you also have a choice to listen to the devils or to listen to your Krishna. Today, please join me by putting your hand on your heart and taking an oath that all of us would love, would like, would listen to our Krishna and follow our beautiful path rather than following our temptation. Are you with me?
Yes.
Thank you so much.